Want to know what it's like keeping a sorority of betas? Well, stay tuned because that's what this video is all about. Welcome back to another episode of Growing Up Fish. So glad that you are with us today, and we are going to be talking about my new collection here of female beta fish. Before we go any further, please remember to subscribe to the channel.
That's the reason why. Tell it again. There we go.
Subscribe. Now, a lot of people call these fish sorority fish, or they call them, the group that is, a sorority. So in this tank is about maybe 10 or 11 female betas. Now, you'll notice that there is some aggression, just a little bit though. They are still getting to know one another. So there is a little bit of aggression, but you know, they've been in this tank for about 3 days now. And you know, overall, it only gets feisty around dinner time. Because everyone wants their fair share of, you know, what's going in the tank. So yeah, it's about 10 or 11 in here. I honestly lost count, but you do have to keep these female betas in sororities because they tend to bully one another. And the females are a little bit more tolerant of each other than the males. Obviously with the males, you can't keep a male in with another male or any female, you know, any kind of fish really. I tried a lot of fish in there with my male beta and he just ate them. So, you know, there are points and times where, you know, you will be able to put a female beta in with the male beta to try breeding. I don't plan on doing that at all, or at least right now. We got a little battle here. Tell this one's trying to be a bit bossy. So this is my sorority. What I just finished doing actually was feeding them, and now they are kind of dispersed. I had to turn off the lights a little bit because they did get a little rowdy, but they love the camera, right? I did have to add a lot of greenery because in their natural habitat, and this is probably not nearly as not nearly as much as I need in here, but I do plan on buying some more greenery. But for now, this is gonna work. And I just try to put as much in here as I could because their natural habitat is just real dense with greenery, grass and roots and, you know, all that stuff that they can just curl up in and hide from one another. So this is, again, the first week that I've had them in here together. And so, you know, they're still getting to know one another. You know, in some way they're going to form a hierarchy, you know, but with more than 5, which is the minimum, you know, that's recommended to keep these fish in sororities. With that minimum of 5, you're going to have, you know, less aggression toward each other and less of a, I don't want to say, less of a chance of them bullying one another and really picking on one. And it's less chance of them kind of forming a hierarchy because it's so many fish or other betas in here that, you know, they don't want to have to compete against. But they are really beautiful fish, and I've enjoyed them for the first week that I've had them here. I've enjoyed these fish, and I was always wanting to get some type of community tank. As you can see, I also have some neon tetras in here, and there's also some shrimp. I don't know if you can see it, but and it's also a snail. We got 3 snails in here, but ultimately this tank is a beta tank. Now we do plan on increasing the tank size. Right now this is a 20-gallon tank, and so obviously if we were to get more, we would need to get a bigger tank. Probably right now we need to go ahead and get a bigger tank. But like I said, this is the first week that these guys have, you know, been in this tank together. So I ended up going to PetSmart and buying some of these fish. Some of them are female veiltail, and others are, I think it's like 2 in here that are female crown tail, right? So I think this is one of the crown tails here. Just, there we go, yeah, that's it. So that's the crown tail here, and one beside it also. So that's 2 crown tails, and then you got the veiltail. These little jokers are fast, come here. The veiltail there. Beautiful, beautiful fish. You know, for the most part, like I said, they appear to get along. There are points where I do have to turn off the light, you know, just to kind of cool things down. But for the most part, they swim together. They seem to, you know, like each other's company, you know. So I normally keep their water temperature, or I'm keeping their water temperature around 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which, you know, these are tropical fish. You can't see that, it's a little blurry here. But these are tropical fish, and, you know, they enjoy, you know, warmer temperature water. And, you know, my personal opinion, I keep all of my tanks around that temperature. I have cichlids and puffers and other betas, and I keep my temperature around that same 78 degrees, and they do brilliant in there. By the way, say hello to my little friend. Hey, buddy. What are you doing over there? Come and talk to us. This is Bosco. What do you guys think about that name, Bosco? That's the best I have. And then we got 2 crayfish in here with him. So this is a male beta, obviously by itself, and then there's 2 crayfish in there with him. And they tend to, I don't know, I'm still kind of monitoring them to see how this is working out. That's his food. There we go. That's what I'll feed him. Yeah, so we like Fosco. All right, so back to the ladies. They're just so beautiful, so beautiful. And I'm so glad that I decided to move forward with this sorority tank, because this worked out, as of the recording of this video, brilliantly. And, you know, there's just a few scuffles, but normally they just hide from one another. All right, guys, so what do you think about my sorority? Aren't they beautiful? Do you have any tips that I should know? Anything that I missed that viewers should know? By the way, like and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, because I love to talk about my fish, and I think my fish actually like the camera. So every time I whip it out, they're here. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this video about my sorority betas. Hopefully you learned a thing or two, about a thing or two, because that's what this channel is all about. We are teaching one another. It's all an experiment, and as I learn, you learn, we learn together. All right, I'll see you on the next video, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching.